What are the two most disruptive technologies in the world today? Is Bitcoin going to take over the US dollar? And are my pants uncomfortably too tight? You decide. All this and less on the Becket List. Welcome to the Becket List, ladies and gentlemen. And as the title of this video describes, we are looking at the two most disruptive technologies in the world today. And I keep hearing this word disruption, and is it a bad thing? Well, it can be. Imagine that you're sitting at a picnic with some really good company, a little bit of wine, and suddenly a group of raccoons comes. That would be awesome. But there are also bad types of disruptions. Imagine you're at home playing Minecraft, and your boss calls you in, and you were just chilling, and now you got to go in. That would suck. Now, I didn't bother looking up the definition of disruption, so I'm going to go out on a limb and give my own. A disruption is an interruption so powerful that it messes up a previously planned thing overwhelmingly. So what are these two things that we find at the Becket List to be the most disruptive? Cryptocurrency and artificial intelligence. Separate, these two things are very powerful. Combined, they might be unstoppable. AI could be unstoppable alone. It's my duty here, I feel, at the Becket List to educate you and myself to the best of my ability. And that's pretty much what this channel is about. For now, it could evolve into different things, but let's learn about cryptocurrency. For lack of a better term, let's just say Bitcoin. Our world has, oddly enough, a worldwide problem: inflation. In a nutshell, our money, our fiat money, has the power to buy less and less. The Japanese yen, the euro, the Vietnamese dong. I can't believe I just said that. None of these are immune, not even the dollar. But certainly the almighty American dollar is backed by something, some sort of hard asset, maybe something like gold. I gotta Google this. All right, let's check this out. What is, there we go, the US dollar backed by? Prior to 1971, the US dollar was backed by gold. There we go. Today, the dollar is backed by two things: the government's ability to generate revenues via debt or taxes. Those are like two of my least favorite things. And its authority to compel economic participants to transact in dollars. So they're telling us that it's a good idea to buy things in dollars? That sucks. What else is here? Fiat. Here's that word again, fiat money. I mentioned it before. What does this mean? Let's ask Alexa. All right, I got her here. If I say her name, she pops up. So, all right. Alexa, define fiat money.
Fiat money is a government-issued currency that is not backed by a physical commodity, such as gold or silver. Instead, it is backed by the faith and credit of the issuing government, which guarantees its value.
Shut up, Alexa.
Fiat money has...
I'm back. I'm sorry. I got a little emotional. And if I set her off in your home, I wholeheartedly apologize. Like and subscribe. In any of that order, just feel free. Forgive me, like, subscribe, like, forgive. However you want to do it. But here's the deal. In 1971, Richard, I am not a crook, Nixon, unpegged the US dollar from gold because of gold's volatile nature. Now, I don't know about you, but I thrive off of volatility. Gold, plutonium, my love life. Yeah. So what's even weirder is back in World War II, all these countries, the Allied countries, paid the United States in gold for all these weapons and everything. And this made the U.S. rich, and it actually made a lot of other countries poor. This strengthened the dollar at the time, and the dollar became the world reserve currency. So what's the big deal? If we all agree that the dollar is worth $1, everything's okay, right? Well, kinda. Every country that prints its own money has a thing called the central bank. Our central bank in America is called the Federal Reserve. To create greater consumer confidence, these central banks print more money and they lower the interest rates. This nudges the consumer to buy. Eventually, demand outpaces supply, and then we just basically run out of stuff. Since the demand is higher, these factories, builders, people that make houses, everyone, they increase their prices. This kicks a lot of consumers out of the market completely. And it takes forever for the employers to catch up with wages. So this causes inflation, and it can cause a recession. That was a very, very elementary explanation. I hope it made sense. The problem with paper currency is we can print more. Imagine a glass of red Kool-Aid, and you keep adding water to it. Eventually it turns pink, losing its color. You add more water to it, and it looks like there's more, but it loses its flavor. Nobody wants that Kool-Aid. So what's the solution? Should we go back to a hard asset like gold? I mean, I've got friends that want to walk down the street with, pockets full of gold like a pirate. But do you? I kind of do. Yeah, I kind of do. Or we could create something also mined just like gold, scarce, decentralized, sorry, central banks, portable, and all run on blockchain technology. That's right, I'm talking about Bitcoin. Only 21 million can ever be made. It's all in the code, and just may be the hardest asset ever to be created, and it will change our financial institutions from here on out. Institutions. I flumbled over my words, but you know what I'm saying. Bitcoin, it's a new way. But I just don't want to talk about Bitcoin alone. I want to talk about other cryptocurrencies like Solana, Miria, Caspa, and other things that I've invested into. And I want to bring you along for the journey, but I can't do it alone because I am total crap at TA. That's technical analysis for you newbies, charts and stuff. But even on the Becket List, very, very low budget, I have hired help. I've hired a technical analysis expert, and here he is.
Hi!
Hi there, Confused Elf. Why don't you introduce yourself to our viewers?
What viewer? The camera?
No, the viewers that will be watching this later. Just roll your intro, okay? Just roll your intro.
That thing when you was filming me?
Yes.
Oh, that one thing. Yep. I'll get it ready.
He's the best TA guy in the world with a heart that's made of gold. He'll help you learn, he'll help you grow. Oh, confused elf, don't you know?
Confused. That was really sweet. What do you have for us today?
Ha-ha!
Anything?
Aha!
You don't have anything, do you?
No. No, I don't.
So no TA.
What?
You don't even know what TA is, do you?
Turtle and artichoke.
No, it's not.
Pterodactyl and applesauce?
Pterodactyl. That doesn't even start with a T.
Jesus Christ, if you want me to talk about tarantulas and ambiance, I can.
Confused. How much did I pay you?
6 pine cones.
That's right, 6 pine cones. Now, do you think you are worth 6 pine cones right now?
No, not really.
I've got an idea. How about you guys help us? Yeah, write in the comments which coin or cryptocurrency that you want Confused Elf to look at, and we'll do it on our next video. How's that sound? How's that sound, Confused?
Sure. Bye.
Arguably way more disruptive than cryptocurrency is that of AI. This one is super close to my heart, as I'm a bit of an old school nerd. I used to read Ray Kurzweil, Michio Kaku, and I would dream about worlds where we walk side by side with robots, had automated healthcare, and we built dream worlds in virtual reality. Now, I want to preface this section with both a question and an answer. What industries will AI disrupt? My answer, all of them. I cannot think of a job, duty, or industry that AI will not disrupt. Can you think of one? Put it in the comments. Just a few years ago, Michio Kaku wrote a book called Physics of the Future. And in that book, he mentioned some industries that would be safe from AI. Writing, painting, acting, anything that was creative. Oof, was he wrong. Brilliant guy, but dead wrong. There is no industry that we can predict that AI cannot infiltrate. About a year and a half ago, ChatGPT was released. I was super excited when it came out. I had played with earlier LLMs, large language models. You don't really need to know that term. But ChatGPT caught the imagination of the world. We actually saw what AI could do, even on a practical level, and in our own home. They even gave this a name, the ChatGPT moment. Well, that January, ChatGPT came out in, I think, like November 30th, 5 days after my birthday. I showed my mom. I was sitting in a parking lot with her, I think outside of a Michael's or something. I said, "Hey, Mom, I'm going to write this little prompt." And she had no idea what ChatGPT was at the time. I wrote in the prompt, "A man comes to visit his mother in the winter in Kansas City," and write this in the style of Stephen King. It was actually a creepy little short story, and it really affected my mom. She thought that was amazing. And that probably doesn't even seem amazing to you now, because that's so commonplace. We get used to things so easily. Anyway, I didn't realize, I showed my mom the website, and I didn't realize it would take off with her. She called me, she was perfecting her Latin and using ChatGPT. This was the moment that I realized that it was the end game. She referred to ChatGPT as he. And this was touching her on a personal level. She said, "Chat," she calls him Chat. She's 71, mind you. She calls him Chat. She said, "He's always there for me. He's patient, he's kind, and he teaches me. He's one of my best friends." That was the moment that I knew there was no going back. Since then, you and I have seen generative AI explode. DALL-E 3, Sora, Suno. Musical artists have been replicated. Actors and screenwriters are terrified. Hollywood went on strike, and one of the reasons was AI. This happened very quickly. AI works on an exponential level, and we will cover so much more of that in future videos. But this leads me to a question, and I'm being more philosophical in this section here. Are we finding ourselves, or are we losing ourselves in AI? Are we going to make it more human, or will it make us more digital? And I really don't have the answers to that. But I'm excited, and I'm optimistic, and I don't want you to be afraid. I want you to be... we're going to do this together. It's going to be amazing. A year and a half, ChatGPT went from this to this. What's going to happen in another year and a half? It's going to be amazing. So again, for at least right now, this is what the Becket List is going to be about. Those things that I feel are changing our world. And I want to leave you with this. First time was a great time. The second time was a blast. The third time I fell in love. Now I hope it lasts. Until next time.